Hello everybody, welcome back to our Siralim Ultimate playthrough as a Necromancer. I think we're at stream 15 now, part 15, something like that. Thanks everybody for joining me live, and for everybody that is joining me not live. If you're watching this later on the VOD channel, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All those like YouTuber jargon, and let us continue. Not a lot has changed since the end of our last stream. I haven't been doing a lot of off-stream farming these days because I've been doing a lot of farming on-stream, I guess. I think at a certain point when we reach certain depths, I'll most likely will do some screen grinding, specifically to get some cards, to get the resource loop going on a little bit better. So we will never have the situation where the insane brimstone drought of 2025. So let us start going through the depths once more. First of all, we start the music. Did I have a potential mimic summon? I don't think so. Like, we summoned a mimic very recently. Yeah. That is all good. 136. Like, I want to say, like, we're kind of deep, but I know people are reaching in the thousands, so, you know. For our dawn, you know, for our situation, we're kind of deep. Let us get a good amount of less attack damage, less spell potency, mites. Salamander, no. Automatic casting of spells will be annoying. Chance to dodge is horrible. Less damage taken, more damage taken. Grimoires. Oh, we can do that. I think we've been going through the Arachna nest a lot last time, so let us change up the pace a bit. I think we even did that last time, right? We went to the machine place. Let us now go to the Sanctum of Umbra. Out of dark. That is kind of dark. So from this point on, Richard W. instantly just got gipped. Nice. He came back though. I don't know why, but he lived. And then they died, and then they killed everybody. Protected, annoying. Copy your spells is horrendous. It is what it is though. Did we see the eyes before? Did I change a little bit? Did I update this sprite? I think they updated the sprite. I don't think we saw the eyes before. That's nice. Because I personally thought they just had their eyes closed. I was like, you know, the sword master kind of trope, you know, where they just have the eyes closed. Because they don't need to see. They see with the third eye. And the second penis, but, you know, they don't never really talk about that one. Big ogres. Who's the top guy? They say I have seen him before, but I've never seen that guy before. Is that more of the Redkin? Or am I just... Yeah, on the drawers. These are... Okay, this one is not even a drawer. Columinaire? This creature deals 20% more damage to enemies with the same personality. Ah, the personality people. You look so sick though. Loses more stats. Your creatures cast spells that interact with feared with 50% more potency. I wonder what spells interact with feared in that way. There's just something that I don't know. Integrated D-spell. I love the idea of like, we cast a support spell and we got every buff in the game. We just did that. Easy peasy. Oh. I feel like we have hit a specific benchmark for new creatures. Then again, I thought the Warhawks were only What if this inflicts with curse and decreases their speed? I thought that the Warhawks were shop only. Let us see if we kill this, if we get the summon. Okay, the Maniac is holding out. Never mind. I don't think we did. It's a Warhog. Yeah, no, we didn't. I don't like that. I don't like that we can see creatures that we fight and we cannot even get them by fighting. I don't like that. Specifically as well that, like, you need a lot of emblems to summon those kind of creatures. So if you would want a good amount of them, it is just grinding for grinding's sake at that point. I don't know how I feel about it. I guess at least we get the knowledge. I wonder if we summon them with the candle, if we can get them as a summon. Oh, is that a card? That is like more a card than a fucking gas mask, and I'm all for it. But he's also new. After an enemy takes damage from poison, all other creatures take damage equal to 30% of the damage dealt. How much damage can you really fucking stack with poison? I know, like, they have also a lot of traits that... Oh, he's invisible. The stacks with poison, like, the potency of poison is... Okay, why did there... Whoa, 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 whoa. They got stats. They can get scary very fast. How did they get stats? This creature is attacked, your other creatures gain equal to the... of this creature. Okay, cool. Don't attack him, got it. We can kill him, though. Okay. Easy. 30% discount does it. You just build it. Let us Grand Explosion. The cockatrice-skinned griffins. Is that what they truly are? Or, ooh, that is good, actually. Our spellcasters? Why are they so fast? Why the not mind players so fast? So we specifically are going through displays for these guys. I thought they were just a normal spawn, but they're actually static spawns, which is really good, meaning that they cannot be randomized. So if we fight them, or at least we interact with this point, we are guaranteed to fight them, which is really good. Push you. Oh. What the fuck? They look so sick. Oh, please have good traits. Please have good traits. First of all, don't kill my team. If this creature damages an enemy, the enemy class is changed to this creature's weakness. If the creatures take damage from an enemy, their class is changed to an enemy's weakness. No! The creatures always take damage as if they are strong against their enemy class. This trait does not stack. I'm using this one. No, your creatures always take damage as if they are strong against their enemies. Yeah, I'm using this one. No, deal damage, not take damage, sorry. This one I'm taking. Repossession. Creatures take 50% less damage as a result of their damage. Okay. Now the bloodline one we're using. I think this one is off. We should resurrect the supplier. It's not as much of proccing that I thought they were gonna have, but it is what it is. Should we just get the guy that's like, you always do damage? Okay, this guy. Okay. We're already at level apocalypse. Let's go. Okay, they changed 30% discounts class. But then we just killed Homeboy. And then the damage is kind of doing their thing. Oh, the holy looking guy resurrected top left guy. I guess he's gonna be our target. Why did I attack with the caster? Everything's proccing though, so can't be wrong now, kinda. We're holding out pretty well. And the supplier just finishes it off as revenge. Finish up. They didn't finish up. That's impressive. Fucking finally. If all your creatures in your party are unguided, they deal 1% more damage to creatures that are weak against your class. Is that a base 150 or is it added to already the... Or is that multiplicatively? Okay, knowledge increase. Did we get the summon? Did we? This is the first time I interact with them. We did not. Huh. Got the unguided, so... Is it the unguided as with... So apparently I've seen this guy before. No, I bought him. Really? I bought him because I knew that I needed him. I just didn't know how he looked like. Big brain. Somehow it's big brain, I guess. Okay, Sin. Let's see, we've also found a new Sin. The Dolor Sin. There's a new one. Haven't heard about that one before. Despair. Is despair a sin? If an enemy loses stats, it is inflicted with a random debuff. Huh. I didn't know despair was a sin. He looks sick though. Like the two flames on his fucking skill. They're sick. Huh? Let's get these bombs out of here. I'm scared. Inner destruction yourself now. Okay, we're blind and confused. We start with the Greater Dispel. They're like a good amount of minions for some reason. I did see some of the minion supporting creatures, so it's quite a lot. More than a few. Less than a lot. I somehow feel like it is possible to make a team full of Sin, but I feel like they wouldn't be good. Okay, let's hope for the best. Do we get the second turn with 30% discount? I feel like we do, but we didn't get there. I'm so sad that we didn't get there, Chad. So bad. Like, he actually just killed instantly after. More of creatures that we cannot summon. Okay. Easy. I think we have way enough fucking things to fight the unique, the exotic creature. The Grove Walker. Okay. An undead deer. What do you do though? As an enemy attacks, the creature afflicts the enemy with 2 random debuffs. This trait does not stack. As an enemy attacks, the target afflicts the enemy with 2 random debuffs. That's just anybody that attacks. Huh. What if we work that in with a provoke build, and then we just proc all the fucking debuffs that we want? That wouldn't be a bad thing. Provoke into infinite fucking debuffs? This sounds like a build. It's also not going to be a tribal build. I wonder if there's a way to... No. I was thinking maybe there's a way of like having them attack multiple times in a row, but... I feel like that is a build on its own. I mean, having them attack is also not that hard. We just silence them all. There's a trait that forces silence on the first turn. So the first attack, and when they attack, they all get debuffs. And then we have either a trait or a spell that shares around the debuffs. You know? And that's something that maybe increases damage that we do against a person with debuffs. I think there are a lot of those, because every time that I saw them when I was building this class, I was like, or this team was like, oh, I don't do debuffs. Is even the insect a soul flare? It is. Interesting. Mind flays, but rather than having only a octopus as face, they have just random fucking creatures as faces. Hydration check, Chad. And we finished that one. I've been having problems with a dry throat these days. Got a very annoying dry cough. Trying to work on that. Do we have anything special that we would want? We do kind of want to do whites, because whites give us gray. What is gray resources? Granite? I don't know how much granite we're really using. I feel like the most important thing is power. As you can see, we're lacking that the most of all. The only reason why we're not really... We also need brimstone because we're gonna... Oh. Oops. Because we're gonna try to build some more weapons, and they use a lot of brimstone, and the more brimstone we can give to a weapon, the better it becomes just in general, so... But brimstone is... Are you proud of me, Chad? I got the tomes open this time from the start. Minotaurs and Krakens. I feel like last time we did get the Kraken cards. I only had one Kraken. Yeah, no, there's a second. Second Kraken drop, Chad. How many Minotaurs do we have? None. I think the answer is none. None Minotaurs. Nice. I'm not crying, you're crying, Chad. Wait. I was looking wrong with 1 Minotaur, Chad! I guess continue with the Kraken. This one looks so creepy. What do Kraken give again? The brimstones. I think I saw this. I said that a second ago. I already forgot. What I love from the Kraken skills or the traits and how much it gets countered by most of our builds because we always run Inner Destruction because I think it's just the funniest spell ever. They just easily get damaged and their like super fucking intelligence buff just or any stat buff just easily get lost. Now think about it. Specifically also with the provoke into attacking to get debuffs. We also have the whirlings which give debuffs when they attack. There's the spirelings that do that. One of our minions do it, so. And our minions we always have guaranteed on all our fucking creatures, so that wouldn't even be a weird build. I think it's so funny how the Necromancer is kind of like a jack of all trades. It has stat buffs, it has defensive buffs, it has resurrection, it has healing, it has debuffs, it has buffs, it's really cool. Like, it's not super unique in its own right, but it's really cool just in general. That it just kind of bosses any class, any creature team you would want. You know, you think maybe a warrior, I don't think we have a warrior class, by the way. You know, like, something more of a generic class would be the Jack of all trades, but here we are, the Necromancer, Jack of all trades. I feel like I'm misremembering it, but I feel like in the third game, Siralim 3, yeah, you know, the Necromancer, rather than giving their own creatures minions, also gave the enemy creature minions, which kind of, where you had like the defensive or like supportive minions were the ones that you cast on your own creatures, and the offensive ones you would cast on your enemy creatures. How did they did like 12k damage in one attack? But now just everything is put on top of your own creatures. It's fine, I can understand it. Because in all honesty, like, all classes on its own right are kind of like summoners slash like beast tamers because, you know, you have your team. I thought it would just be cool if like the Necromancer class would just be a class where you have only like one guy. And it's like you. And you just summon your guys. Maybe like another fucking like class, the summoner. And the person you summon is just like a combination of creatures traits. I wouldn't even know how you would do it, right? But I think something like that would be kind of funny. Maybe something to do with like the traits on your weapons, but then again, you can't really start with that stuff. And would also kind of like defeat the purpose of like the game, you know, as a creature collector. So I feel like the creature collecting part should still be incorporated in it. Whether maybe sacrifice the creatures, I don't know. I feel like the most basic way where like it just wouldn't really work would be like you summon one of the creature's classes, right? So like you choose, I don't know, like the chaos class and just summon a random fucking chaos creature, but it would be so random that like that would not be fun. But I wouldn't know in that kind of like situation where you could have make it fun or like, I want to say balance, but like in like the reverse way, as in like broken. You know, like there are a lot of creatures and some creatures are really good and some creatures are not that good. So let's say you're in like the boss fight, you just summon like 6 useless creatures or 5 useless creatures. There's nothing you can do about it. Maybe they're like times, but then even then, like you wouldn't want it, right? And again, technically you're already summoning creatures or having creatures with you, so a summoner would just not really work that way. I think the minion system that they've done right now and the previous one were really smart. Where minions are more or less a kind of buff rather than like physical creatures on the battlefield. I mean, it could also go kind of the way of Final Fantasy summons, where they more or less do a big attack and stay a bit on the field for buffing creatures, and that's kind of it. But how would that be different from, let's say, just a normal spell? I mean, that kind of, I think that kind of would work, right? Maybe like every creature class has a specific ultimate summoning spell. Like just summoning spells in general you can put on them. Should we randomize that? Should we not randomize that? New type of spell summoning. Put the summoner like bosses like a motherfucker. Maybe some kind of like effect like the 4 horsemen together have, but then just for every summon has like a unique stuff like that, you know? Like maybe you summon a water spirit and their special ability is like a barrier and healing. I think that wouldn't be bad. Then the class itself would buff duration and strength and potency of the summons. And even like unlocks a higher tier of summons that nobody else has access to. What the fuck is this debuff? What are you? Inverted. Creatures heal enemies instead of damaging them with attacks and spell, and damage allies instead of healing them. This debuff is removed after enough damage or healing has been done to offset its potency. Interesting. Whoa. Inverted. I wonder if there's a class that works with that. That's really cool. Let us greater dispel though. Somehow I feel like we didn't do greater dispel. Why are you not dispelling? Target recovers a massive amount of health. You. I feel like that didn't really go according to the game's rules, but okay. I feel like the Blighted procced on its heal itself, right? So I guess the way that I thought it was gonna work, it didn't work out, but it worked out because he was blighted. So I thought that the healing spells would damage them, but no. Healing spells would only damage my creatures. So if he wasn't blighted, I would have healed the crack. I thought I outsmarted the game, but the game outsmarted me, and then my stupidity just kind of came through, and I was lucky. Life of a gamer. Back to the summoner class. I feel like Practico, no joke. I feel like if they would do a summoner class or something like that. But then we kind of more or less are packed to... That would just be Necromancer with more stabs. You know? Summoning creatures that are not actually there to give certain buffs and like effects. That's just Necromancer with extra stabs. I feel like the idea of like just having new spells that summon, like rather than necromantic fucking things like microbots. You know, the common Necromancer minion, the microbots. But with zombies, with dogs, we have the whirlings, spiderlings, the horsemen of the apocalypse. Because I know, like, what is it, the mermaid and the guy that used the animator. They work around like a single creature, right? Where all other creatures kind of wants to work around the animator, right? But the animator is like the thing you buff single-handedly. Like Homeboy and whatever the mermaid's creatures, I forgot which ones this are. Is like your main focus for the class. I wonder if we can do the same thing, but then wanting to have a solo creature, but still make it rewarding to get to the creatures in the game. But the only thing that I can think about is like sacrificing them or something, or using the things you can summon or have summoned as a way of like strengthening something. But then again, that's not really summoner things, right? Huh. Here's my thing though, right? Like, from everything in this game that's kind of like random and stuff like that, it's either randomizing certain triggers, buffs and debuffs, and the problem lies within the summoning. If that would be randomized, it would like waste time and turns in a fight. If you get a randomized buff, it's still a positive thing. If you debuff your enemy, it's still a positive thing. If you get a creature that is useless in your current situation, that has nothing good to it. But I also don't think it would be possible or enjoyable to have just this giant list of creatures you have to go through. Maybe the amount of creatures are limited. Maybe like, rather than equipping, you have like 5 hollow puppets. You know, like quote-unquote creatures. And you slot spell gems in, but rather than being spell gems, they're the souls of creatures, you know? So you have like a wide array of people you can summon in certain situations. I feel like that would be the most like possible way of having a unique class as a summoner. That isn't just Necromancer with extra steps. So technically you're just like having multiple teams with you. But let's say like they only stay for some time. They go on cooldown. I want to say charges, but then there would be a situation where you would run out of charges. So you would run out of creatures. I mean, that could still be a thing, right? Just be better, lol, you know, like skill issue. Here's the thing though. You would kind of like, first of all, that would need a whole new tab for creatures that is no spell gems. Because otherwise you cannot equip your creatures with spell gems. Which would also like limit the amount of things you could do with your creatures. Second of all, the artifact stuff would also be very annoying, because it would mean that like one slot of summonable creatures would say only be physical attackers because of, you know, the artifact is equipped to the... Then again, those are kind of limitations that are cool to work around, right? They'll like impact team building like way more in a unique way, which I think is the strongest point of this game, just the amount of creatures you have and the unique ways of building your teams. You know, here Jack of all trades kind of like is talking about something like that, but like I feel truly that is the strongest point of the game. So that kind of limitation would bring in more build variety for specifically that class. But I don't think like it would make, say, creatures you would never use more usable at this point. Then again, actually it would, right? Let's say you go to against a master, a boss, a something else, and you see like magic focused. They could like summon whole ass dragons that would like counter their spells or like steal their spells or wyverns, stuff like that, right? So I feel like you would be able to use some more reactive creatures, which you would normally like really never do unless you really know what you're up against. Let's say in like the final fights against gods. I don't know. I feel like we kind of like figured something out here. Something that still abides to the rules of the game. Then again, it needs a whole ass new tab for equipables and how would you make the creature a item. I feel like that part wouldn't be too hard. I wouldn't know though. I'm not a person. I'm not that guy. I wouldn't know how hard that would be to implement, because it needs to be something like a second tab that would quote-unquote equip the creatures to the blank slate. Oh my god, they Searing fucking flame me. I forgot they have my spell gems. Okay, chat. A lot of our damage is linked to our minions, and we just lost all of them. No fear though, we actually just ruffle stomped them. Bomb. Oh shit, this one is empty. How can I hydration check with not a drink in sight? That's why I have a second drink, chat. Never let them know your plan. They never see it coming, the second drink. Ah, delicious. Okay, selling off, we didn't get the card. We're just par for the course, right? So I like really sad. We almost have all the classes. We're missing 2 specifically that we can unlock right now. And the last 2 we cannot get. We need a avatar for that, which is not the easiest thing to do. I think we need the Gates of the Gods to get avatars, which is floor 200, I believe, I want to say. How's the stream going? Sure, it's going good. I don't get out. Stream is going fine. We're talking about a potential way of making a summoner class. I have to assume that is the master. Reincarnation is of course life. Let's get our stuff as well. Drain power belongs to surgery. Which goes Zonte. And the cold cockatrice belongs to chaos? Mind flayers. Pain. So how is this sound, by the way? I haven't done any sound checks yet. I don't know if the music is too loud or too soft or... Have you heard me in general? Sound seems fine? Okay, nice. I put it a little bit down. Like, the music is fine for me, but I also don't have to listen to myself, so... Okay. Shield down. Guy needs to go down for sure. Insane. How fragile this team is. I don't want to extend this fight for this long, but shield guys just kind of make it a little bit annoying for it. The only way that I know to improve this situation is to have more summons. We need more minions. As long as we can bring the end of the world, it's okay. Oh nice, we also got our second turn. More minions. How are you doing, guys, though, by the way? I don't know if you heard me. I'm doing fine. I know, welcome, complain. Nice, good to hear. Always nice to hear. Yeah, I'm also just chilling, vibing, enjoying the good part-time life. Somehow homeboy came back. Stupid formed armed fucking toad. You look so cool though. Once more. Is it good? No. No, it's not. I remember when Complete Chaos was very good. What class does the Junkyard bot belong to? Everybody knows sorcery. The bot's just a gas, but yo, got it. The machines belong to sorcery, because of course they do. And have you made progress in your percentage, Ghetto? I feel like any moment you'd be like, I reached 100% of the achievements. I'm like, yes, finally. The fight is over. I'm up to 91%. I'm up to 91% achievements complete right now. Let's go. I know, like, the last 10% seems like you're on a pure fucking hell. I'm not able to say the other word, but 1% takes way too long at this high percentage. Yeah. But for me, I'm just like playing for 3 days and I get 1%. Like, you need to reach like 10k fucking debt. Like the world difference. Ooh. Like for me, it's like, you know, just see some creatures, kill some creatures, donate some stuff, you know, get 1%. And for it's like, yeah, do like 5 times the amount of death you have done until now. Good luck. And the Sword of Damocles is just hanging above your head as the new update is closing in, adding more things to do. Bro, that shit hurts, bro. 99% new update, back to 90 is like, oh, pain. Next update, they completely redo the percentage system. Everybody has to start over again. Ooh. Homeboy doubles the amount of stuff you can actually get randomized. Were the most good? I don't think the most are good. The start of each year of your creature's turn. It's not bad. I completed the beach area yesterday. Congrats, bro. Nice. It it terrifies me that you're like, I'm at 91%. I just completed the beach. Holy shit. That there's a whole ass new level of like fear What are a lot of new exotic creatures for me to find? Ah, of course, yeah. The next last update. The Underdwellers came right as a new race, and then the exotics. So I guess you were at 100% before. I mean, it's fast though for all the new exotics and the new race. How long is the update out now? For like, I think a week? That's fast. No big shield guy. I was playing the beta for months. Ah, okay. Then I understand. The shield maiden needs to fucking die. He needs to fucking die. The healing person or the person that makes it so that everybody doesn't take a lot of damage. What do you do? Okay. Horrible. How do we work with that? I mean, in doubt, always just summon more. A free spell that does hella fucking AoE damage and heals our creatures is worth it to have on everybody right now. And we have reached Apocalypse level. Let's go. Should we... Why do we have free inner destruction charges? Why do we have free inner destruction charges? Huh. Don't think about it. Snowstorm to make them frozen. Weak to make a turn never calm. They're not really a problem that they take a turn though. We kill the healer or this one. Okay, in the end didn't matter. Not only did we barely do any damage, we didn't hit the guy who actually was the target. Stupid defensive and provoke, but that guy's dead right now, so... Of course, Homeboy cannot attack. They still have provoke and defensive. Okay, but they take normal amount of damage now. I like the look of the Crusaders or the Valkyries, but... You cannot win by just defending. With the Necromancer class, at least. When the bulk becomes strength. Siege Master. There's still some enemies around. Gero, do you know when the possibility of the first avatar comes? Is it with the Gate of the Gods, or is it when we fight false gods? With the guilds? It's with the Gate of the Gods, yeah? Okay, nice. You were talking about the Fanatic. Yeah. I need the Fanatic so I can get the Royal, and then technically I am done with the first part of this playthrough. So I have a scope of when the end is near. So I feel like if it would have been at the guilds, it would have been like a wreck. Ooh. Who is he fused with? He looks sick. Huh. It's the stag. The guilds are like death 300 stuff like that. This double where I'm at right now. The gates of the gods. The other gods is like 240, And guild is 410. Jeez. That's a nice, like, there's a nice point of, like, ending part 1 to 40. And eventually to come back to go to 410. Nice. We need the octopus, guys. Oh, nice. Yep, found my boys. Oh, experiment also finished up. Let's go. And the trickster. And the warden. We got all them boys. Is it hard to get a avatar, by the way? Or just after the first fight of the gods? Because I know there are like 10 levels of fights with the gods. Stags, right? That's good. Can do some card farming. Where is Siralim? Were those rhetorical questions, or do you want answers? I want answers. I want answers. I'm truly intrigued. Like, I have zero idea. Was it instantly a card? Wait, what? It was. Okay, cool. It's a little bit wasteful for the power, but I'm also very happy that we just got the card. One more Kraken card for the bonus. Let's go. First find the next Kraken to get C rank. The gods are level 1 to 10 baseline. You get 10% of their mana manipulation, the level, so 100 mana, and you need to fight them at level 10? Jeez. Aren't the level 10 fights like really fucking hard because you're sent after? Or is that something else? There's Ascension, the guild ones. Level 10, they're at level 1500. Your team is skilled to 100? So you're telling me I need to have an absolutely just correct fucking team with like the perfect like class to go with it. Otherwise you're just kind of screwed. It gets worse than that. After you beat level 10, you unlock level 11 and so on? What do we get for the higher levels? I guess maybe another avatar? Or can you just redo the 1 to 10 levels? For all the gods achievements, you need to beat all the gods at level 50. What the fuck? How do you do that if your level is skilled to 100? It needs to be at least like just a completely just breaking the game kind of team, right? There's just no way that like a normal fucking team can do it. $50, crazy. But what you're also telling me when I unlock the, yeah, I have half the gods at 50 plus, not too hard with a good team in my opinion. Okay. But what you're telling me to get the avatar, I need a absolute just fucking crack team, otherwise there's no chance of getting an avatar. And most likely at the point when I unlock the Gate of the Gods, like thinking about getting an avatar is just impossible. Nah, beating the god at level like 5 is usually a cakewalk, and that gets half of their mana. Okay. Can I repeat the 1 to 5, or do I need to actually reach 10 to get a full ass avatar? You know, can I just cheese it? For the avatar, of course. Whereas like beating level 5, I get always just 50% of their mana. I'm truly in the blind here, I have no idea. I never looked that in depth into the game. I also wouldn't know where to find that kind of information. Besides, of course, like pros like you. Nah, you could technically fight the god at level 1 10 times and get it, but I think you overestimate the difficulty a bit. Beating level 5 twice be too hard with most of the gods. Shouldn't be too much. Okay, okay. So it's doable to get. That's nice, I like that. That means it's truly just possible to get an avatar on a good amount of time. Most likely I'll change the specialization up with the team next time. Not next stream, but like when I'm changing up the team. So we can start getting some interesting... And again, I like the idea of just staying Necromancer until the end of part 1. You know, start as a Necromancer, end as a Necromancer. Kind of vibe to it. But I feel like for the gods, you haven't spoiled on the god traits, have you? I think I've seen one on like the planner, but I've never really went into that with them, so I have no idea. I know they're really good, but besides that, I don't know them specifically. Free projects. Experiment, more jades, let's go. Jades are live. Class swaps, also really good. The Trickster and the Warden, which are the last things we can unlock when it comes to specializations. Experiment for sure. Pilgrim, crafting material. Like, I have to assume that the god traits are so good that you can build like a whole team around it, right? Where did you get the music in the background? What made the VOD because of it? So, I got them from technically public domain sites. So these are completely public domain, or certain songs I need to give credit to, but they are in the stream and in a document you can find down below. But I separate the sound channels. So what is coming into the VOD is a different soundtrack, which is completely public domain, with no possibility of getting striked. So it's all okay. Technically, I can play any music or what I want right now live, because it will not be on the VOD. But it comes from my personal playlist. Makes sense. I've heard a couple of people going that way. Or doing that, yeah. I think the scariest thing I found out was... I think the scariest thing that I thought was... First was the screen sharing or screen capturing when you're like streaming. And then just capturing all the sounds. And when I figured out you could just separate all that, it was like very reassuring. I became a trickster. I think everybody that technically could claim my music right now as like the allowed music, they will never do it. But I don't know what kind of impact it has on monetization. Because you know what the artists want is different from what YouTube does. Or what Twitch does. Twitch doesn't really care for copyrighted music though. If it is part of like the biggest fucking label fucking people, then they don't really care. Less indirect damage, resistance to? No. Minion conquest. That's also kind of funny. Cataclysms? Hell no. Less damage dealt, less dash chance. Wasp bits. This is also kind of funny. And most of the time, like, also, like, game music will never get copyrighted on YouTube because then the game would be copyrighted. And only kind of companies that do that are Japanese companies because they don't believe in free use. Or public use. Which makes sense, of course, that one of the soundtracks that I use is from a Japanese game, but you know, that's the difference. And it was the funniest shit as well, like, I'm not monetized on YouTube, so they can strike as much as they want. They'll get a part of my fucking money? What money? There's no money to get. Shout out to the Red Bart. Exactly. Can't take my money if I have none. One time I kind of messed up because of an update by OBS, and then certain songs got quote-unquote like, or one VOD got claimed. But YouTube itself said like, nobody really is taking your money, but it can have impact on your visibility. I'm like, okay. I mean, there's no money to get, but I mean, it's okay. I think there are like 2 albums / soundtracks that I have no idea if they would be claimed by people that actually would want money, but I'll never know. Because never on the VOD. What's up with the relaxing sound of the music combined with the Satan as the singer? So it's from a game. What's it called? It's like a rapper that is a flying, but he has like one of the deepest voice you will ever hear. I don't even know if the guy's real voice or they edited that, but it's so good. I think the game is called Slash Live. Very interesting game. Very interesting visuals. And very interesting story. This is one of the albums where I have no idea. Plays a lot though. I expect that kind of singing out of a death metal. I know, right? But I'm a fan of the metal, so I love myself some chill music. I love rap as well. And I mean, if we talk about clashes a lot, I have like chill jazz together with metal and game soundtracks, and the whole playlist is a giant ass clash. Key jam music. And then we have some Japanese fucking themes going on, and everything is a clash. I am the kind of guy that has just like 1,000 songs on this playlist with all different genres. I was like, yup, and I just always have that playlist on. How big is my playlist right now? Uh, 3,500 songs. The whole playlist together is 240 hours. my personal full playlist. So yeah, this is nothing new for me. Then again, I did curate this soundtrack a little bit to be more going certain ways. And of course, it's just minimum amount of copyright strikeable music. Just in case something fucks up again and it gets into the VOD. It'll be kind of sad that like part 15 is just missing from the from the Siralim playthrough. Killed by the record labels. Then I could kind of narrate, you know, we went through the depths, we killed some people, we got some stuff, and we killed more people. So the goal is the top right. Are you hoping to ascend only one spec? Eventually, I want to ascend all the specs. But the idea, and you know, together again with like the crazy part, you know, we both are crazy stuff, right? I only ascend a class that I have reached the ending of the game with. You know, like the... What's homeboy's name again? The guy that betrays us. I'll say Caliban, but that's not his name, that's the sword. So next time we're gonna do the Gravewalker, right? There might be a lofty goal, by the way. I still haven't ascended all specs by myself by Realm Dev 3K. Oh. Oh. Oh no. So the ascending will be done on like the forever save, right? The Necromancer save. Where we'll have all the resources and creatures, but I mean you have the same, so oh. By 3000 death, nothing. Oh. Might I ask why? Is it just that like difficult or time consuming or both? I mean, I've most ascended. Okay, that's still by 3k death. Like I wouldn't know what go into the ascension. I just know that you need to fight all the guild false gods at rank 10, right? Or am I just spitting nonsense right now? Where's the Minotaur? There's the Minotaur. You need a gate of the god's key to fight a god. You will need to fight all 30 on it, on one spec to send it. So you need to have like 1k keys to send all specs, and a key isn't easy to get. Ah, so it is a farming thing rather than a difficulty thing. Got it. Ha. So technically you have more of a stock of keys than I would have because of the time I would spend in saves that wouldn't go past 60 hours, which you would have farmed into your own save, and then even at that point you still haven't ascended everybody. Ooh, I could have ascended them all already difficulty wise, but I need to farm the keys for it. Yeah, I had the idea. So it's a farming issue, not a difficulty issue. Got it. That would change off a lot. Huh. Maybe I'll just ascend one. Maybe we'll just one. Maybe just one. The Necromancer. I like that idea. Because technically I would just, every playthrough of a different class, waste 60 hours of farming into a class that wouldn't go to Ascension itself, which I could have farmed on the forever save. But it would have made a bit more sense. Yeah, yep. I think the goal would be to just ascend once. Thanks for the heads up, by the way. That'll have been a rude awakening if I reach that point. I'm like, I'm gonna send everybody and then see what is needed for all the keys. I'm like, never mind. This game truly is a forever grind. I can only respect it. They don't make them like this game anymore, bro. What I don't get though, what I don't get from like most people, what I've seen turn off from the game, are like the aesthetics. But I love the sprite work. I don't get that. Maybe it's like the more newer gamers, like I'm a bit at the older side. For internet terms, of course. But like, this looks beautiful to me. I'm currently saving up keys for the next patch. I want to immediately ascend all the new specs when they come out. Smart. Big brain. Do we have like any insight what that is? The new specializations, or just up in the air because of people from the Becker shop? Nothing has been spoiled? Okay. Makes sense, of course. They kind of big things. I'm just intrigued by the fact that, like, if you look at all the classes that we have, he has been pushing what we can do and what we cannot do, like, a lot. I feel like the Mermaid is also kind of like the Priest, but a little bit different. But still with his unique things, of course. Like, no, like, shade on that. But I wonder what they can do for, like, new specializations that still feel, like, fresh. I feel like we've done everything. Also, here's the Japanese film, by the way. What are several debuffs that haven't been entirely spec-made around them, unlike bomb, burning, poison, etc.? Okay. Then we got a red specialization around shadows. I wish that the Skaven were a bit stronger, by the way. More interesting to use. I mean, Confuse is also being used by the Witch Doctor. I saw either it is something new that hasn't been shown yet to me, as, like, I'm just not that deep, but there was a debuff I haven't seen before yet, being hit by, like, reverse or something like that. That was really cool. I wonder if that's being used. It should have been used by the Mime, in all honesty, but... Or maybe not the Mime, maybe, like... I don't know. I wouldn't know what kind of class would use reverse. Maybe a Joker class, something like that? Wasn't like a joking, but like, I don't know. Like a cursed fucking clown? You know, like those hot kind of like jokers that the girls just fawn over. But yeah, I guess we have then the specific debuffs to build around the class around. We're just limiting in its own right, but that could also be fun, right? I feel like the only time that is not really fun. I know, like, they should not really make classes around that. Like I'm not that kind of person, right? But if you just start as like the class that needs specifically one debuff and you just cannot get it for most of the fucking story, that would just hurt. This class needs a specific fucking creature. If you don't have it, then you're fucked. This creature spawns at floor depth 300. Yes. Yes. I think the debuff you're talking about is inverted. Dream Shade is all about that? Yeah, inverted. Dream Shade, okay, so we already have a class around that. That's really cool. I like that. Then again, like I said, right? I've never seen that until we're not 138. You found the Dream Shade. I will not get a creature that supports my thing until 138. Pain, bro, pain. I'll be done with the fucking playthrough. This is actually hilarious. I already looked at other classes. That's gonna be a lot of the situations. So I'm like, I want to still do it. I'm most likely still gonna do it, but I wonder how I can still keep it kind of like fresh, quote unquote. What is reason a Dream Shade isn't base spec to pick from? I understand, like I said, right? I understand that like every not base spec should not be built around the fact that you can play it from floor 1, right? Like I completely understand that should never be changed. But it's just, you know, for my own like idea of like, how am I gonna keep that fresh when I'm playing as a Dream Shade? So yeah, that's kind of like the streamer / content creator brain that needs to work on, right? Like, how can I keep that interesting? You know, it would be kind of fucked up if I just go through the game like 50 times with the same fucking team 50 fucking times. It's like I looked at the mimes fucking specializations. I'm like, yeah, that ain't happening. That ain't happening, bro. I'm like, yeah, like the higher difficulties I can see that work, but like in the lower ones, like no. I don't know. I'm still thinking about like how that could keep something like that interesting. Mime is nutty. Mime is nutty, one of my favorite specs. I think it's really cool, but like I said, like from a perspective from starting floor 1, I wouldn't know how I would use that. Okay, this is a little bit too high energy for me right now. I'm way too chill right now. Mouse, please. Ultra kill, of course. Respectable, though. Respectable. Yes. Because the idea from the start of the all specs playthroughs is that we also randomize the creatures immediately, which sounds like weird, right? Because, you know, what is there to randomize in the beginning? But actually more than you would think, because after playing the game a little bit more, I understand like how the randomization work, and there could be like ways of like attaining creatures you wouldn't be able to attain before, which is kind of funny. But even then it's still limited, right? I wish it was just, there is like an option to again just like completely random, right? Like creatures from like floor 350, you know, to just first fucking death. Good luck. But randomization just looks at your highest depth and anything that could spawn in the depths / in those realms that you have unlocked. But I wish it was just a full like randomized. Like, can you think about that, right? Like, with how many creatures there are, you're playing the Dream Shade, right? And then like in depth 40, you just get randomized luck and you get the creature that actually buffs your class. That would be so fucking based. That would be so fucking funny. I need to talk to the head development. You need to listen to my idea. Hear me out. It's completely random. Like truly completely random. Every creature from any depth, anytime. Good luck. The super dragon that hits 3 times in a row? Yes. I'm just making that up. I don't know if that exists. Creatures so strong they just look at you, you explode? Yes. I think that is how the randomization mode works. I was noticing some late game creatures on Dev 1 when I was watching someone play it. Really? Oh damn, I knew in the beta it didn't work like that, because I tried it and I was like a little bit disappointed, right? When they said randomized, I was like, damn, I wish it was just completely randomized. But if they truly made it like random, then everything's gonna be like way more interesting. Wait, that actually put like a big smile on my face. Hell yeah. Because that's kind of what you want from a randomized mod, right? Like, I love the randomized from the realm instabilities, but the completely randomized modes also sounds so fucking fun. Okay, that instantly just gave me a boost in my vigor. My determination increased. No, now I instantly start liking the idea again. Oh, that's just gonna be so funny, though. Just the weirdest fucking team simply because of some of the, like, stronger creatures versus, like, the weaker creatures because you have to fill on your team. That's just funny as hell. Yes. Please stop doing this. Please, wait. Wait a second. I'll supply first as well. That's horrible. I guess what you're telling me is that I have to watch somebody play the... Or I should actually just start a new save game myself and see how it goes. That'd also be a smart one. Like, I should watch somebody else do it. Literally has the tools to check himself. I'm too much influenced by my work. There's some work to do? Let somebody else do that. Why should I do my own work if somebody else can do it, though? Bro, why am I getting dunked on by these fucking small fries head-ass enemies? At least we resurrect. Okay, we got also every buff in the fucking, like, Young universe. I think we invented new ones. Jesus Christ. Who are you? The party crab. Is it because of something they are fused with? The fuse with salamanders, I got it. Okay. That can get painful. I guess it would be very hard to keep track of all the enemies you or creatures you get in the randomized mode. Because somehow a limitation on, like, using certain creatures because you've already used it in different playthroughs would be kind of fun. But it would be a pain in the ass to fucking keep track of, so I would not do that. I need a person to play this on hella high difficulty and then do Nuzlocke. For science, of course. Nuzlocking this game just seems so painful. Like, truly got honest, and beginning of the turn or beginning of the fight, your half of your team could just easily die. By a lucky combo of, like, traits together or some spells that they have and just nothing you can do about it. Their whole ass spells that a boss can use, it just says, okay, now your creature's just dead. Goes through resistance, everything, you're just dead. That is a situation where I want to see something else, somebody else do that. Then again, I've seen the crazy people nuzlocke like crazy games. My favorite one was a gacha game. That shit is insane. Who nuzlocks a gacha game? Oh shit, guys, my unit died. Let me get the credit card to get a new one. For sure, guys, we're at the next part of the story. Let me get my credit card so I can get my new encounter. Did you unlock the reliquary yet? I didn't notice any relics equipping. I did have it, but I don't know how it works, and anything that I don't know how it works makes me scared, so I didn't equip it. Like, say I equip it to a creature, can I unequip it again? What does that cost? How does it work? I have no idea. Like, I have no idea. I was afraid, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, let me just like keep this away until I really need it. You can equip them and unequip them at the no cost. Okay, got it. So I was just scared for nothing. Like, this game never has a situation of like, oh, I cannot take it away ever again. It's super, like, you know, but maybe this one was. Because it just seemed like way too good to be true. It was like, a super fucking equipment I can equip on any of my creatures? What do you mean? That's so good. So I thought it was like a catch. So I guess we're gonna equip the creatures with super equipment. It's like a rule of thumb where like relics are like having an extra trait on your creatures, perhaps stronger. Yeah, I read through them, right? Or at least a few of them. I was like, damn, this is so fucking strong. I was like, they're a bit too strong, you know, like for free, really? Like no extra cost except for the things that needed. Like I don't trust that. Nice. Alright, now knowing that, I will for sure equip some relics on my creatures. I have to go through like how it like completely works. That's reassuring that that's really considered. They were just a little bit too strong in my eyes. Like, yeah, like there has to be a catch. Again, the playlist is just not doing me good today. But again, this one goes so hard at the end, never mind. Raven Master? With the cube. Of course. When I think birds, the second thing I think most of is a cube. RB fucking died. That's bad. RB is alive again, once more. Apocalypse. Your ravens have 50% more intelligence for each raven on your sites. It's fine. It really is. I don't like these Siralim abilities, so we just dip. I think we have the nether boss as well, the Shackler. Sounds kinky. Like, I don't know what the Shackler does, so damage every turn for 24% of my health sounds scary. But also, like, 57% is kind of good. Shackler is the worst nether boss. Okay. I'm happy to hear that. I was like, the last ones were not too bad. So, like, you know, this one can also not be too bad, right? I was proven wrong instantly. We believe in the summons. We believe in the team. Spur alert. He's a life alert. Okay. Erebus is the path of the damned. Our co-worker asked me today if I could explain something. I could explain to other co-worker, and I forgot. That happened 2 days ago, and here I remember which boss of the Path of the Damned. Though at this difficulty, I'm hoping he's not immune to minions. At the difficulty I face him, he's basically immune to everything but indirect damage. So you need to use a spec like Pyromancer. So I abuse the fucking story of Pyromancer. I love that. That show's so good. That's such a good team for that. But right now, I think we're doing... are we doing indirect damage right now? No, we are proccing attacks over and over again, so the only person that does a little bit of indirect damage is Richard W. He has an AoE 30% damage to everybody based on... why is everybody dying? What's wrong? Oh no. Oh no. I have to see the Realm's abilities because I feel like there's a hidden thing that just absolutely just dunks on us right now. No, greater dispel. A dispel. Less critical chance, nobody cares. 1% health, nobody cares. One against nature, don't care. Belongs to the same race. Okay, never mind, we suck. We just suck. That's bad. That's like really bad. I don't want to hear this is the worst Nether boss. As we're apparently getting out damage right now. We're getting skill diffed. Or maybe with all the fucking ginormous boss we're gonna get from this place. Because we get a lot of this place. Like, we get debuffs on the enemies, buffs for ourselves. Almost walked into that. Almost fucking walked into that. Almost ruined the whole ass fucking like that. I want to believe as I've got love. Maybe we get all the buffs, and he's not immune to minions because it's also like a lot of our damage. We maybe can get through this. I just, like, you've said it, but like it hasn't like ringed like completely to me. Immune to all damage? Like, brother, what? Like, you can't just force the fill against the guy until you like understand that you can only do indirect damage against it. That's kind of fucked. What if you like a direct damage build? There's just nothing you can do about that. Or you just always need to run a jack of all trades like team that can do a little bit of everything. I feel like at higher difficulties, it is also kind of just not viable anymore. This creature is immune to instant death effects. Well, it has... Okay. Okay. Immune to all damage. Why did you die? Everybody get 20,000 fucking buffs, please. Stop skipping your fucking turns, please. Pit race. To be fair, you face sectorals like once out every 100 floors or so. Not like you need to build your main team with him in mind. Okay, true. But that means that like the moment you see him on the list, you just kind of like have to make a team around him though. For a specific depth, and then you go back to the main team. Huh? Where did they all come back? Why are they getting all the stats? Wait. They get scary very fast. I know personally, my main team uses some debuff so he slowly dies to poison, etc. Okay, smart. I'm also kind of like of the mindset where you always want to have like a... What is... Chip off something? Chip off the block. I always have a like alternative damaging way in the team. Just in case. They have more traits. Here, chip off the block. After this creature's attack, your other creatures gain... Oh. Okay. We are going to summon... We are going to summon... And hope for the best. Yes. Apocalypse. The horde has been played, and the end of the world is coming. Okay, sometimes I see them like do insane damage and I have no idea why. I love this team. It really is the things are happening and I'm happy they're happening and I feel like they're winning. He came back. I hate him. Why did he come back? I'm convinced no one knows 100% what's happening in a battle. That's like debris. You know what's true? Like, God's honest, like, sometimes they just start attacking on their own, and, like, there's nothing in my team that says they should do that. So I have no idea why they're doing it, but it helps, so, you know. It is what it is. Sometimes you just have to accept, like, you know, fuck it. It works. It feels like the master. So we're not fucking with that yet. God damn it. $25 and boss start proccing. Do you know what's happening? Nope. I know it's good though. Yes. I don't know what's sad, but I believe in my team. I believe in my friends. I love how simple this team is. I just attack. Except with the cockatrice enemies or creatures. Either heal or cast a spell. But even attacking is good with them. I feel like I'm cheaping out by using only kind of quote-unquote tribalist fucking teams, but they're just easier to build around. And I love griffins. That's truly the only reason. I didn't know if they were viable or not. I just like them. I love griffins. They're my favorite mythical creature. I can't wait until I can find out how to use other creatures' skins as skins for my other creatures. So I don't have to be shackled by the limitations of certain creatures they trace. Like, I need my Skaven boys as a team. I'll need my rep man. Somehow I feel like we're not prepared. Nah, he's not immune to all damage. We can do that. We can hurt him. He bleeds, we believe. He looks really cool though. This creature is immune to damage from attacks and spells. In addition, this creature is resistant to debuffs. So, what's the intended way of like stopping this guy? Like turning off his trait? Because let's kill everybody around him, I guess. I guess at this point, indirect damage. But here's the thing, right? Like, I feel like not everybody has indirect damage. It's just kind of fucked. Kill the Raven? Never mind. It also seems I was right with the idea behind the additional attacks triggered by Griffins attacking. They do not count as indirect damage, but the AoV shot from Richard W does count, which also just dunked on him. Nice. You got this. He's not as immune as he's later. Nice. Yeah, so the indirect damage that Richard W does kind of like just shred through him. I clicked through again. What the fuck did I just get? There's a trade item. It cannot be that deep. Nice. Is it possible to get the nether bosses as enemy or as creatures? I have to assume yes, but I haven't seen how. So how are the Soul Slayers looking? Not quite, but there are traits related to them that you can buy from a vendor. Okay. That is sad, because I do like most of them how they look, right? Maybe you can get the skins. Maybe that's the way, like the trade as an item and then the skins they can equip to their race. Because they look way too cool. Confirm. You get them as skins? Yeah, okay. Like, it would be a waste not to use that, right? And until now, like, everything has been used. So it'd be kind of weird being like, yeah, that's the only thing you cannot get. Those bosses, you're gonna see like a motherfucking tunnel of them? You cannot get those. Which is kind of funny. How many skins do I have right now? I got a few. This one's so cool. I just never use liches. Almost got a full team from the fucking king. So I have to assume there's also achievement by getting all the skins right. Like, you know, the developers just that sadistic. Get all skins. 1%. I don't know about all the skins, but there are achievements related to it, I think. Okay. So I guess it's good if it's not all, but some is also kind of like painful because it's just completely random. Again, a lot of things are random. But I feel like skins are more random than cards. And cards are already not that common. And the final achievement for it is for 200 creature skins, and there are a good bit more than that. Okay, but getting 200 skins is still like hard. Like, that is like a lot of time. But also there are more than 200. I mean, if even if every race has one skin, 200 is more than 200 is still like a lot. That's kind of impressive. I thought that every race is like 2, maybe some have 3, but more than 200. I have about 400 skin, and I'm sure there are some I haven't gotten yet. 400 skin, Jesus Christ. Are skin chances also increased by like the item drop chances, or you're just that goated? I think so? Okay. Damn. That means that the Griffin team is gonna get retired fast. That's sad. Okay, there's something that I wanted to know, because I haven't really seen anybody do it, but I also have not really looked too in-depth into it, so I'm gonna hear it from you. How viable are speed evade builds? Because I was thinking, I haven't really tried much, but I imagine they can own as a monk. Okay. Because the next thing I was planning to build was a combination of the electropods and the asuras for a speed evasion / crit build. Because speed also influences crit chances and crit damage, right? And the asuras have like special abilities that make them crit more often, but also evade more often. I have played Monk, but I didn't make a team around him. I imagine he'd be even better with a full aspects team. Oh, the aspects, of course. But until now, I'm mostly building teams on like just cool factor. So even though the aspects are better, I'm still most likely going with the Asura and Electropod build. I don't know, the idea of like a electric scorpion and 3 demons / gods like with 4 arms just speaks something to me. You know, like you have like the angel on your shoulder and like the devil on the shoulder. The devil's shoulder is like truly just dominating my mind. It's like, it's not that good, but it's so cool. It's like, yes. Yes, it is. How do you get the other creatures as skins, right? Like full as other creature sprite as skins. I have to assume that's like way later in the game. He says as he is interacting with the end game of this game. Level 10 of a master unlocks that race as possible skins, called Transmogrify. Level 10 of a master sounds so insane, but it makes sense. It feels so bad though, because that means if you want a specific skin or raise a skin, you're kind of forced to be around one realm so you can get those masters more likely to spawn. Like, I know there's also a part of like randomization in the master spawns, but races that spawn in a realm have a higher chance of spawning as a master in that realm. So it's just kind of sad. I mean, like, if you really want, say, the dragons as a skin, just saying something here, like, not that I'm like really want those dragons because they look really fucking cool, then I have to be at a realm with the dragons where they natively would spawn. I have to see what happens in that specific place. I won't even know where the dragons spawn. I'm not sure if you know, but it will always pick the master you have the least mastery of the race in the realm. He did this for consistency a while back. Oh, okay, so that did change. I know from like the older games or like the older versions. Okay, so... Okay. That helps a bit, but also doesn't help a bit. I mean, it helps more than it doesn't help, I guess. Right, because if it would be the old system, just kind of like randomized, most likely. But now you just need... Technically, all your creatures would reach Mastery 10 from the place before one specifically would reach. So... It's fine. It at least guarantees the spawn of those specific masters. That's fine. It's fine. It's better than completely random. Or like the half random system was before. Just now, like, rather than being random and you have a chance of, like, skill diffing it and being like, yo, I just got very lucky. It's like, no, all of them needs to be 10. Like, okay. So. Is it then only the races you see on the map selection, or also the races that get like added to it later on? I think it's most likely all of them, right? I feel like I'm the only huge Shadow nerd who reads the whole patch notes each time. Most likely, yeah. I read like half of the 2.0 one, and I was like, I read the things that I wanted to read. I was like, yep, I'm fine with that. I'm good. Like, they could have, like, added at the bottom, like, they removed, like, half the class, and I wouldn't know. I, like, opened the game one day, I'm like, oh, why are things missing? Weird. That's a little bit odd. Like, nobody has the time to read. They need to grind. Realm Death 10k doesn't happen on its own. You don't have the time to read. But I will think that'll end it here for today. So I don't think we have the time to do a whole ass extra that. Thank you for keeping me company, Ghetto. I appreciate it a lot. Hope I'll see you, I think this Friday that I'm doing Siralim again, most likely. I wish you a good day, good night, good evening, wherever you are, and hope to see you next time. Goodbye.